attack several European public targets. CIA Chief Leon Panetta told the head of Pakistan's intelligence committee Wednesday. Now, are they going to stage an attack outright, or have they had their criminal groups fund lunatics who don't even know who's funding them to stage the attacks? The plot to attack multiple public targets in several European capitals was slated to occur in late November, according to Panetta, after capturing one of the prospective attackers en route from Pakistan's FATA region. The U.S. government authorized the CIA to step up drone attacks inside Pakistan to unprecedented levels while working with various allied governments to kill or capture the 2 to 3 dozen militants reportedly preparing for the operation. Isn't it lucky that 6 months ago they shipped 1,000 drones over there, and right on time when the drones show up, they're needed? Kind of like the naked body scanners were being delivered in December, and so the attack with the underwear bomber happened in December? And then it turned out he was brought on the plane without a passport or without a visa and could hardly talk and looked drugged out of his brain. And the government lied and said that wasn't true, and then it turned out it was true. The Undersecretary of the State Department said an unnamed intelligence agency of the U.S. government ordered them to get him on the plane. Oh, here, let the U.S. government help you get on the plane, you little drug head, you little zombie, probably been in a torture cell for 6 months. Doesn't even know what his name is. Doesn't know who his mommy is. Oh, look, a firecracker went off in his pants. Now Americans all have to go through naked body scanners. I mean, this stuff's so elementary. This is a government that admits they put out fake bin Laden videos in the Washington Post to laugh at you. They think you're so stupid, they have Marine Corps colonels up on TV telling you how it's patriotic to grow opium in Afghanistan. And if they catch your moron brother or sister or you on heroin, you're going to go to the pokey. Don't worry, though, the jail guards are going to sell you that smack you need. Woo! As long as you work for 25 cents an hour building widgets to displace American workers' jobs. All you good old boys wonder why you don't have a job, but you're like, put more people in prison, get tough on crime, biggest prison population in the world. Then you wonder why you don't have a job, because there's 4 million people plus in prison industries who work for 25 cents an hour taking your job. That's why. That's why you lost your job. Prison labor, China, illegal aliens. That's why. Oh, they're going to keep us safe from the terrorists. What came out in July, 2-3 months ago, top Clinton official, only terror attack and save Obama, writes an article for the Financial Times of London. Robert Shapiro, Clinton, Obama advisor. Let me read a quote to you. The bottom line here is that Americans don't believe in President Obama's leadership, said Shapiro, adding, he has to find some way between now and November of demonstrating that he is a leader who can command confidence in short of a 9/11 event or Oklahoma City bombing. I can't think of how he could do that. Oh, give me a document cam on this. What's this headline? MSNBC. Ridge says he was pressured to raise terror alert ahead of election. Oh, really? Issuing fake terror alerts. Here's another one. Tom Ridge, I was pressured to raise terror alert to help Bush win. Oh, what's Obama doing right now? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, they are staging these events. And that's the main neocon message. Is anybody that says the government stages terror attacks or lets terrorists attack, even though that's an admitted declassified fact, is a terrorist. President Obama, please be safe. Glenn Beck says, you've got 9/11 truthers in your administration. They're going to get you. They found one little commie in their organization who'd signed a form calling for a new investigation. And he said, I'm not a 9/11 truther, but they use an unpopular communist to then demonize 9/11 truth. 9/11 truth is 9/11 truth is 9/11 truth is 9/11 truth. It is there. It is a fact. It is real. It is the reality. Just like the Gulf of Tonkin. Just like Operation Ajax. Operation Gladio. Just like the Army field manual for black op captains and up on how to stage terror attacks. WikiLeaks put it out 2 years ago, and the Pentagon said it was real and said they're going to arrest whoever put that out. They don't want the little boys and girls, the little childlike, gullible American people to understand that Uncle Sam is Freddy Krueger. See, because evil's been battling with itself for hundreds of years until the most evil get into power, the most cunning, the most manipulative. Our entire society is run by people's minds that are darker than Freddy Krueger. More reptilian than a crocodile. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's get into Blackwater. They were the best. They were the brightest. They were patriotic Americans who are based out of the Middle East now because of all of their crimes beginning to come out in court. U.S. businessman Blackwater paid me to buy steroids and weapons on black market for its shooters. A Texas businessman who has worked extensively in Iraq claims that Blackwater paid him, and these reports just constantly come out, to purchase steroids and other drugs for its operatives in Baghdad, as well as more than 100 AK-47s and massive amounts of ammunition on Baghdad's black market. Yeah, because the reports are they're staging events over there. Howard Lowry, who worked in Iraq from 03 to 09, also claims he personally attended Blackwater parties where company personnel had large amounts of cocaine and blocks of hashish and would run around naked. At some of these parties, Lowry alleges, Blackwater operatives would randomly fire automatic weapons from their balconies into buildings full of Iraqi civilians. Lowry described the events as a frat party gone wild. This is what the Iraqis always said they did. And we have all these other contractor and troop videos where they run over people's cars for fun, shoot whole families in cars for fun, and our national media never picks it up. Drug use was rampant. Lowry says he was told by Blackwater personnel that some of the men using steroids had purchased were on the security detail of L. Paul Bremer, the original head of the Coalition Provisional Authority. Lowry also claims that Blackwater owner Eric Prince tried to enlist his help to win contracts for Blackwater with the Iraqi government using offshore security company Greystone, which Prince owns. The purpose, Lowry says, was to conceal Greystone's relationship to Blackwater. Now they just call it XE. Lowry made his statements in a deposition September 10th as part of a whistleblower lawsuit brought by two former Blackwater employees. The suit was filed in 08 by former employees Brad and Malian Davis. They allege that Blackwater tried to bill the U.S. government for a prostitute for its men in Afghanistan and for strippers in New Orleans in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. The lawsuit claims that Prince personally benefited from alleged fraud. The Nation obtained Lowry's deposition from publicly available court filings. This is just one low-level guy reporting. That's just one little snapshot image of all of this. Blackwater, Lowry alleges, paid for steroids using company funds, and purchases were coordinated through Blackwater's Iraq country manager. Not only did I purchase the pharmaceuticals, Lowry said in the deposition, but I was also given money and asked to acquire syringes and other forms of modes of injection as well. Lowry said the Blackwater used him to purchase the drugs and other devices because, unlike Blackwater personnel, he could move freely and discreetly around Baghdad. Lowry says he personally witnessed several Blackwater operatives injecting themselves with steroids. Lowry said in the deposition that he was a close friend to Jerry Zavko, one of the 4 Blackwater men killed in the infamous ambush in Fallujah, Iraq, in March of 04. He says the man provided him with tremendous insight in the company and confirmed that the use of steroids and human growth hormone, testosterone, was pretty endemic to them and almost company-wide. Lowry said that it was a wide. We can just look at a Blackwater video on the news out there at their base. I mean, it's a bunch of roid heads. Wide-ranging problem. It looks like a police department. Now what the statistics are, but 30% of cops are on roids, including women. And then now the police chief up in Fort Worth came out and publicly said they're taking them. Bremer, well, you need cops on roid rage, folks. Bremer was guarded by Blackwater when he ran the CPA from 03 to 04. Lowry said he would purchase the drugs for Blackwater by the case, adding it was as large a quantity as I could get, which was usually a case. He said that the volume I was being asked to purchase on a daily basis was going up substantially as time went on. Lowry also claims he purchased a wide variety of weapons, ammunition, armor, and it goes on, AK-47s. Lowry also describes instances of Blackwater personnel firing randomly at Iraqi pedestrians and into buildings for no apparent reason. Well, if they're on cocaine and steroids, I mean, that's a bad mix. He details one night where several Blackwater operatives were at his hotel drinking until 5 a.m. When they left, Lowry says they fired their weapons at randomly as they drove off. Lowry describes parties that some Blackwater personnel would throw at the Al Hamara Hotel in Baghdad that he says were like a frat party with rampant drug use. And see, they encourage this so they can corrupt them, so they got dirt on them. One of these suites was absolutely packed with gentlemen running around either with no clothes on or no shirt on. It was like a frat party gone wild. Drug use was rampant. There was cocaine all over the table. There were blocks of hash. You could smell it in the air. Walking up to the door, he describes parties where, you know, one guy would snort an ounce of cocaine right in front of him, just like Tony Montana level, huge piles of cocaine, weapons, just total insanity.
We're on the march. The empire's on the